Hello, and today we're going to be talking about Dungeon of the Endless. This game is addictive, purely addictive. I've been playing it for, I know, a few weeks, or I'd say a couple of weeks now, and just getting more and more into it as I go. It's insane. Basically, in its utmost term, it's this weird mashup of, say, a roguelike with a tower defense game, yet with a few RPG elements as well. So I'll just take you through the basics of it so you can get a good overview. I've played this a few times, so I've unlocked, a bit of it so far. But there's a lot you can do. There's a few different modes you can go through that each have their own challenges as well as benefits, like, see, the Infirmary Pod. More health points, but you can't heal, which is pretty good skill. Armory Pod. Obviously, you start weapons, but no additional heroes and such. So that could be fun. You've got all 4 to start off with, but you can't get any more if anyone dies. So, it's those sort of elements there. And then I think the last one you can probably get is, the Drill Pod. And that's your open-ended game. Keep going and that sort of stuff. Got a whole range of... I'll go back to the beginning one. Different characters to choose from. Each of them has, their own benefits, skills, and that sort of stuff, as well as passive ability as well, and just how well they get along with others too. I remember these two. Where is it? Those two people. They did not get along. This guy, the butcher guy, killed my Sarah in the elevator during one mission at the end of it, and I was like, what the hell? But apparently, I know, they just don't get along together. So you get to choose who you want to have at the start of the mission. And as you play more and that sort of stuff, you'll get access to more and more characters. Like, I've come across the locked out ones during the mission. I just haven't played with them enough to unlock them yet. So, as you're playing, you've got that small goal of just playing with all the characters enough to get them. Alright, let's see. We will make it random. Why not? There we go, random heroes. Boom! Now the basic setting for the game is, you're a crew on a starship, you crash down on this planet and have to make your way through dungeons to get out of there. Or just as far as you want with the drill one. So at the moment these are the 2 characters I got. And they each have their own style of play. See this one? Different passive skills. Better attack when she's alone. And this one, he's the melee attacker. See, and that just means you can run faster when people are around and attacking him. He doesn't get to slow down at all. So the basic gameplay is just unlocking doors and seeing what's on the other side. As you do this, you'll get more of the map shown, more of that sort of stuff. But the major mechanic to all of this is the resources up the top on the left. So you can power the rooms, and once you've done that, you'll always be able to see them. But the other thing, you can build things in them. So you have different generators to build different resources. So I'd say, at the start you'd want more industry. So build one of those. And then from then on, while this little crystal's active, every time you open a door, you'll get some resources. So that's kind of the strategy element of it, and just the base building management. You want to keep your resources up. You want to, constantly, obviously, build towards certain elements and that sort of stuff. Like with a lot of the gears, the industry, that's what you can build with. You know what I mean? Like you're building more of these little crystals. You're building more sort of other elements too, like, these little turrets and that sort of stuff. There we go. Every time you do open a door though, this is the risk reward. Every time you do, you have a chance to spawn some monsters. So either on the room you just went to, oops, what are you doing, lady? The room you just went to, or in any room that you're not currently, able to see. See how this room just went dark? I can't see it. So if I was going to go through a door, there would be a possibility of monsters spawning there as well. So either to avoid that, you can have, you know, someone in there for vision, or you can power it. Ta-da! So that means I can control all these because they're all lit up. There's a big map section to just check what you're doing as well. So as you can see, the ones I'm owning and the ones I've got stuff in. See, light blue, that's what you're powering. Green is where you have a crystal. See? And yeah, you can see your little heroes on this as well and move them around. So it's a good little strategic element if you want to know what's happening and know where everyone's going to go. Okay. Obviously, when you explore these rooms, you're going to find a lot more things. You find more of this dust, and that's your fuel, that's your power. You know, that determines how many rooms you can power. You might find different other elements in them, like more food, more science, more industry, that sort of stuff. But you could also find some, you know, little elements that you'll find at every map, like this little big crystal here. This is your research crystal. That is basically how you get different like modules that you can put in, as well as upgrade your modules as well. So I think I don't have enough research anyway. So that's your that's what your main research is for, getting new things and better things. So yeah, I probably should, now that I've got, oh, I don't have enough industry yet. See, next turn I'll have enough. So next turn I can get the science creator, and yeah, probably yeah, be able to research some more things. So at the moment you can see 3 doors, so it's decision making here, you know, which way you're going to go. The important thing to remember is that when you're going through these doors, like when the doors are like closed like that, monsters can't get through them, you know what I mean? If you haven't explored an area, it's not going to spawn monsters to attack you. In the later areas, maybe, but for the most part, not attacking. So you really got to think about where you're going to explore next and who you're going to explore it with. Oh, there we go. Now I can power that. Awesome. Okay, and now we get a bit to the tower defense style of play. Since I've got 3 doors here, it kind of makes this area a bit harder to defend once you've opened a lot of the areas around it, because you might spawn monsters in all the rooms and then they're all going to flood into here, and you know your heroes might be able to take care of them. And the way to help them is, of course, building little modules. So just a couple of shooting towers to help them as well. I guess I should explain the other one too. You've got food. Food is for healing. The funny thing with this weird turn-based thing, it's like action turn-based, is that every time you open a door, a wave of monsters might spawn, you know, you get your resources, that sort of stuff. But once you've killed those monsters, your characters will usually heal up to full straight away. So, you know, that turns over. You've got all your stuff, you killed everything, turns over, you know, you go back to normal. The other thing you can do with food is, of course, level them up. Yes, you can level these guys up too. So you spend a little bit of your food to get them just a few extra stats, few extra HP, that sort of thing. And of course, that price keeps going up further and further. As everything in this game, it's, you know, risk reward. Do you want to level up these guys, or do you want to, you know, save enough food in case you need to heal later on, or in case you want to maybe recruit another, you know, hero that you might find, because they need food as well to recruit. So let's go this way. One thing I tend to do in play is just use one character for my scout and leave one character back at the base, you know, where you've got your most foundation. That way, you know, he'll run back, the monsters will follow, and then you can fight together with all your, you know, turrets and towers and that sort of thing to protect them. Okay, open another door. Oh, there we go, and we found the exit. That's the basic goal. To each level is to find that. And you want to kind of take this crystal and put it in that spot and have all of your characters in the same room, and then you'll have a big exit sign pop up and you can get out of there, and that takes you to the next level. And once you've done enough levels, gone to the 10th, you can escape and you win the scenario. But the thing is, sometimes you might not want to escape as quickly as you can. You know what I mean? Like, I have that already, but I might want to continue exploring, because each time I open, another door, I get more resources. I didn't do my science thing, did I? There we go. Each door you open, the more resources you get, and you actually get to take all these resources with you when you go to the next level. So, the more you have, the more you get, the more benefit you'll have when you get, go to finish this scenario and go to the next level. And that, helps. You'll be able to build more towers, you'll be able to build more things, you'll be able to upgrade some more, you'll be able to research some more. So it's a good idea to, explore enough that you get a lot more resources. The big issue with that is, more risk reward because it's a roguelike, is that the more you explore on one level and the more doors you open, the harder the monsters are going to get. So you might actually get to a point where you've got too many unknown areas. See, I've got quite a few at the moment. And that's going to spawn a lot of monsters. And the longer you go, the more doors you open, the harder those monsters get. So I've ended up with quite a few times where there's just too many monsters to beat. You get overrun and you die, and that's it. You got to start again. Roguelike, they like permadeath. So you got to be very careful. Okay, let's research something too. Kill cannon. Yes. Kill is always good. Now see, when the doors are closed like that, it's generally safe, and that's where I like to build my little generators. See? I'll build a food one. I don't have enough for another. That way, doors are closed, there's not going to be any monsters coming in here, because monsters like destroying these crystals, and they're quite expensive, so you really want to protect them, you know what I mean? You want to, make sure no monsters are going in there or going to go, past your heroes here to get to them, because otherwise you're going to run out of resources. There we go. Run back. Let my people help me. So yeah, there was no more doors that approach. Like you can see the little doors, a little red, like that. See? And yeah, there was no more doors that way, which is a bit sad, but it happens. So, yeah, these rooms are powering themselves. Sometimes you get a weird effect where there's electricity in the room and it can just run itself. So right now it's kind of a hard decision, like I do have enough power. Awesome. I could basically, there we go. Yeah. You want to kind of fill it so, you're not getting monsters coming from too many directions. So just putting my power this way. I might do it to my exit anyway, that way. Just make sure that no monsters are going to come from all directions at once and attack. So I'll keep exploring, I think. Yeah, I probably should have built this one over here. That way it would have been a bit safer, because I'm going to open these doors now. I might put you there just in case. There we go. See, yeah, they're getting a lot more monsters now, which makes it a little bit harder. See, there's monsters over here as well. And they're all coming into the one spot. Very bad. They healed up at the end. All the monsters are dead. Can probably level them up a little bit. Level up. Once you've leveled up enough, you'll actually get certain skills to use during the course of, your fighting and that sort of thing, which really help, depending on the characters what you get, but very, very helpful sometimes. Come this way. Depending on the monsters that come for you too, they have certain goals, like some monsters just want to kill you, but some monsters, they want to go after the crystal, and other monsters just want to go after these, and yeah, some just avoid you altogether. Let's keep exploring more, trying to get more resources. There we go, last door. So that's kind of it now. The further you progress as well, the more floors you will get to some of your dungeons. So this is a beginning dungeon. This is the first one you get, so it's quite small. It's easy to manage usually. Just to get you, started with the game. I wish it was bigger because I would have got more resources. So now the kind of hard part begins. You want to get this crystal over to your exit point, and to do that you usually want to have, the path to it completely powered, because that'll mean, no monsters are spawning along there to attack you. Because once you're carrying it, you're not going to be able to defend yourself. And a lot of monsters spawn. This is the bigger part of the tower defense here. I'll go and pick up this. And let's get the hell out of here. So yeah, that little icon, monster spawning. And you can see down in the little chat box on the right as well, how many waves are coming, how many monsters, that sort of stuff. So there we want to protect this one carrying the crystal, because if he dies, the crystal gets destroyed, you lose. That's it. The game's over. Alright, let's get out of here, you. And yeah, if one of your heroes isn't in the same room as this crystal, they just get left behind, and you don't get them for the next level. There we go. See, floor cleared takes you to the next one. And once you get up the top, right to the top one, that means you escape. That means you win the scenario. As you can see, you get a score based on how much resources you made, how much you killed, how well you did, how much time you took, that sort of thing. So overall, the more you play it, the more you really get into it. Like, this is a hard game sometimes. You really have to think hard and strategize about what you want to do, how you want to do it, all those sort of things. And that's a lot of fun to do, in the action elements of it, moving around your characters, using your skills, upgrading, and that sort of stuff. Just make it something special, It engages you a lot more than those turn-based games would have. And just all the planning from, powering up rooms to building turrets and all that sort of stuff. It's a great mix of mechanics. That I'm really addicted to. So, we'll build a generator. See, this is one of those special events. Just a weird little thing you find, activate it for a certain amount and it'll do something for you. You have no idea what, but it will do it for you. I'm going to build a kill cannon in here. I'll just take you through one more level, and then I think that's a good indication of what the game is. Let's go in here. Doggy. Right, that's powered. I'll go back. So I can use that area now. I don't want to open the doors, because then if I don't have enough power, that might be able to spawn that way as well. There we go. Oh, that's a better one. Yeah, I found another traveller. So in your party you can have a maximum of 4 people. And obviously having more is going to help more, you know what I mean? More people to fight, more people to help. Oh, that way. Do you have that special ability? No. Some of them have special abilities too, like those passives I took you through. So he's got some extra skills now that he's leveled up. So yeah, this one gets more dust loot. So that was our new character. Yeah, see, attack power when there are other people nearby. And can repair damaged modules. So if any of these get, struck, like the big ones, or even my small kill cannons, they can repair them, which is a great tool. You're not wasting industry then. And some of them also will operate, some of these heroes will also operate the crystals just to get you more like bonuses and that sort of stuff. So it's good to read up what each character is going to do for you during the mission. And just how they're progressing as well. Here you go. Oops, that was a chest. Let's have a look inside. There we go. And this is the gearing up area. See, I found a little something in that chest. I'm pretty sure it's a melee weapon, so we can equip it on our guy. And he gets, now a speed and attack power bonus. So you'll find, weapons and armor and devices as you go through, and you can equip them on your character just to, increase their abilities and that sort of stuff. We're going to go this way. Big room. I like trying to keep the path lighted up behind them when they're exploring. That way they don't have to run back through monsters. And I should have built another one in the food replicator. There we go. Keep exploring. More signs. See, normally monsters don't attack these, but if you're researching something, they will. So you want to keep them protected as well. Another door. Oh, lots of monsters. Get the hell out of there. So I could take all these guys with me when I'm exploring, but generally I just like having, one spot where I go back to with lots of cannons and towers and that sort of stuff, just to help kill everything. So otherwise they could get overwhelmed. So you're just being careful. You got to be really careful with these roguelikes. Always have to be thinking ahead, otherwise you're just going to die. That's how it works. More power. Might move them up here. That way I can just build some more of these bigger crystals along the way. There we go. And don't be afraid too about, building some of these little smaller towers. Because, when you're actually taking your crystal and trying to run for it, those can help slow people down and slow the enemies down. So it's still a good idea to build a couple of them. You don't want to waste too many resources, obviously. You want to use as much as you have to. So you can take more into the next level and more into the next level, that sort of stuff. But, of course, you want to have enough that you can defend yourself. So yeah, just powering through the dungeon. I'm still waiting to build another generator. Just one isn't enough for now. Let's keep exploring. So as you can see, the little yellow dust, that means you find more, of your power source, so you can light the way a bit more. And yeah, these are funny little things. Sometimes they'll be good for you, and sometimes they'll be bad, but they'll have a few turns before they just blow up. So this one's, you don't get noticed by, other monsters. There we go, more dust. And oh, monsters are spawning, see? Lots of monsters. Get out of there, get together. And kill stuff. There we go. Oh, there was no more that way. So we'll go back. So this is the dangerous part where power up more of this area. There we go. Where you've explored a bit, but you have to backtrack. But by backtracking, you're not powering up what's behind you. So that's where you have to kind of, leave people behind, which is not a good thing to do. So I'll leave one in here, maybe build an extra tower. Prisoner pod. There we go. Help shoot stuff and kill stuff. And yeah, this is the hard part, because when you're opening doors, and the more you open, the harder monsters are going to get, the more, are going to face you. Yeah, a little food table. So I upgrade these people a little bit more. Oops, I don't have enough food now. See, these ones got their skills now, which is nice. Battle madness, more attack power and range. That's good. Overclocking the modules in the room, so these little towers. So yeah, a lot of good skills. There we go, let's keep exploring. Oh, get out of there. And build another Prezi pod. So this is going to be dangerous, see here. I have to watch 2 rooms now, which is not fun. Oh. Get out of there. Oh, that was close. I was trying to make her get out of the room just so the towers could kill everything, because I didn't have any more food to heal her, and there was a lot of monsters on her too. So that was a bad place to be in, because she nearly died. Alright. See, but the thing is, I'm in a bad spot because I don't know where the exit is, so I have to keep exploring, I have to keep opening doors, and I have to keep letting monsters out, harder and harder monsters, until I find it. So yeah, very, very difficult position. I might... Oh, I have to power that. It's got my thing in there. So yeah, probably going to need more towers and stuff to kill things. There we go. Just to help her kill stuff, because they were okay. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much, because then you're wasting your resources on the next mission. You don't have enough, which makes it a lot harder. There we go, let's open this. There's the exit. So we know where the exit's now. No monsters were spawning that turn. So yeah, like I said before, you want to just unpower all this junk, and let's get to the exit power. Unpower you. There we go. And we'll get this big crystal and get the hell out of here. See, monsters spawning. We've got 3 waves incoming. So I kept this room powered just so I could keep shooting everything coming at me, slow everything down, and keep these people here as well, just to kill what's coming, to protect my person running, because they run a bit slower and they can't protect themselves when they're like that. So yeah, you're gonna... So now that they're nearly there, let's start running. See, I can press exit now. If you're in trouble, get the hell out of there. But with one character, probably not a good idea. Gotta wait for the other characters to get there and get to the elevator as well. Power it up. Get the hell out of there. Kill that monster in there with me. Go. There's a lot of variation you'll find when you're going through these missions. You know, different rooms, different styles of rooms, different enemies all the time, and just different difficulties as well. Like sometimes you open a few doors and you just get massacred by what's coming at you because you might not be prepared for it. You might have too many open rooms, all that sort of stuff. So it's continuous, you know, strategizing and also risk reward with opening enough doors, and do I open this next door, all that sort of stuff. And of course, you're going to make the wrong decision a few times and get killed. And that's Dungeon of the Endless. Eventually, when you get to the end, you know, depending on how you got there and the characters you had and that sort of stuff, you'll unlock a few extra, you know, maybe extra modes to play, like I showed before, extra characters you can start with, and just that sort of stuff. It's got a lot of replayability because that, you know, just playing those harder ones gets a really challenging. Well, it makes you really think about it. So yeah, that's Dungeon of the Endless. It's done by a great new development team too. I'm not sure what their name is right now, but they're the same people who made the Endless Legends game at the moment. That 4x, you know, fantasy strategy game that I would say beat out Civ last year for the best strategy game of the year. Didn't get a chance to play it, but it looked amazing. Like, they're doing some great stuff with their titles, or the Endless titles. So yeah, definitely check out their other titles too. So that's my not so quick look at Dungeon of the Endless, and a definite recommendation for anyone that likes roguelikes or just quick strategy games to have fun with.